winner of the 2024 Texas Regional Radio Music Awards Internet Radio Station of the Year.
Uvalde Radio.
It's UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, we are doing Friday Night Live special on location at Party in the Plaza, downtown Uvalde. We're outside right in front of the Uvalde Grand Opera House. And we're here with special guest, Mr. Chuck Wimer.
Yay.
What's up, baby?
What's going on, man?
So we're out here in the open breeze. We got some rock and roll in the background. We got a whole bunch of vendors out here. I think your wife/manager's out there already spending your money, isn't she?
It looks like it. I see she's got a bag in her hand, so she got something.
Well, man, welcome back to Uvalde. Have you ever been out here to the little plaza area before?
No, I don't think. Last time I think it was going to happen the day after we were here.
Right,
so,
okay. Yeah, so we do this every final Friday of the month. We do a little vendor market, give away some stuff, play some music, rock out. Tonight, since we're giving away rock and roll concert tickets, we're doing the rock station tonight. So, meanwhile, you're going to be doing some good country music at Broadway through, which is like walking distance. Well, you guys walk
we
there,
walked.
right?
Yeah.
I was talking about this earlier. Corey Brooks, when we do Party in the Plaza, she goes over there and uses the bathroom all the time because there's not a public restroom like right here in the plaza, so it's interesting. So, welcome to Uvalde, man. And tonight, Chuck playing from 7 to 10 p.m. On the patio, and it's going to be a great time. $4 drafts from now till 10 p.m. Some delicious pizza and some great drink specials as well. So, Chuck, how was the drive in from Lytle?
Not bad. Like I said, uneventful. It was, a little windy, but aside from that, and the roads are pretty clear. So
very good, man. Well, I'm glad you brought Jamie along with you. See, yep, she's already got stuff in her hand, so look at that. As long as her purse is still there, we're good then. So let's get caught up. As I recall, didn't you just last night do like some sort of VIP EP preview party or something?
Yeah, so we did a listening party, a pre-release listening party for the EP album we have coming out for May 15th is when it'll go to streaming. This is a little bit of the darker stuff. This is the stuff that you don't usually get on a Chuck Wimer album. Okay. It's more of the dark, the sad, you want to sit there and drink whiskey when you're listening to these kinds of songs. And
I like it, man. Well, so is the current single "Fire in Your Eyes" is this going to be on that EP or is that?
No. Okay. Fire in Your Eyes is on.
That's an older one.
That
right?
was on our second EP.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
kind of gonna unearth that one.
Yeah, Dave really wanted to push that song.
But so it's kind of a mysterious, darker feel.
Well, it's kind of funny because people come up to me and they're like, "Man, it's a love song," and I'm like, "No, it's not. It's a lost song, Yeah. And you really I guess you gotta listen to the words. But it was one of those songs.
Well, I kind of view it as a kind of a longing song. I mean, I don't feel like it doesn't come off to me like a love lost song. It feels like a missing you song, or maybe someone's departed. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's open for a bunch of interpretations to it.
But I haven't really dug into like the very specific lyrics, so so I'll have to do that. And
during the writing, the idea behind it was, I made mistakes and she left, and I wish I could have that time back, kind of thing. So
nice.
Yeah, and then my producer put kind of a funky Latin vibe on it, and it became a completely different song. So it was
And you've got a great video along with it. I think we posted that on our Facebook page today. It's really cool. It really. I love it. I love the tone of it, the way it's shot, the mystery of it all. There's some legit acting in there, Chuck. I think it's the most you've acted in a video, is it not?
I don't know if I'd call it acting. I just kind of sat there and brooded a little bit.
You're brooding. You're like, you can just tell. I mean, and I love that fire, firelight shot. I mean, it's just good stuff. And then your wife, Jamie.
Yeah, what was really cool about that, there was no movie magic on that. That was just raw footage from the fire as it was going, and my guy was able to kind of take the right lighting and everything.
Captured
for
a really great effect.
Yeah,
and honestly, it looks really, really like high quality production, man.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's just him out there with a camera and me with a couple of beers, and that was about it.
I love that scene where you throw the bottle.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's like
those sparks and everything.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That's good. Well,
One
anyway,
take.
y'all check out that video for "Fire in Your Eyes" by Chuck Wimer, the newest single, or the current single rather, on a radio right now. It's going to play it right now. Just get everybody familiarized with it. Again, Chuck Wimer here tonight, playing live at Broadway 830, downtown Uvalde. You know the place. Come on out, enjoy some $4 pints and great live Texas music. This one's called "Fire in Your Eyes." It's UvaldeRadio.net on Friday Night Live.
Moonlight shining down, not a soul around. Nothing in this town I want to do. There's just something about the night when my whole world feels right, and all I want is to fix my eyes on you. 'Cause there's something about the way the firelight dances in your eyes. It got me staying up nights chasing those memories in my mind. And I don't know if I'll ever get it locked down, but until I do, one thing I've found is I don't want to miss the fire in your eyes. Sitting here watching the clouds roll out in the wind. Wish I could brush the hair from your face again. If I could go back in time and take your hand in mine, probably sing you a rhyme about all I'd miss. But tonight I can't resist. 'Cause there's something about the way the firelight dances in your eyes. It got me staying up nights chasing those memories in my mind. And I don't know if I'll ever get it locked down, but until I do, one thing I've found is I don't want to miss the fire in your eyes. Something about the way the firelight dances in your eyes. You got me staying up nights chasing those memories in my mind. And I don't know if I'll ever get it locked down, but until I do, one thing I've found is I don't want to miss. No, I don't want to miss the fire in your eyes. Don't want to miss it, darling.
UvaldeRadio.net. It's Friday Night Live. Got all engulfed in conversation here with Chuck Wimer and his wife / manager Jamie. I forgot to go back on the radio. That was Fire in Your Eyes, the new single / video. We're just talking about great video, great song, and doing real. Matter of fact, it's #1 on Uvalde Radio. That's what happens whenever Chuck Wimer comes down. We spike that in, we play it extra, make sure everybody knows it, and then it ends up going #1 that way. So
yeah, we were talking about that.
It's a great song.
I wasn't even thinking about it because I don't pay as much attention to social media as Jamie does, and so it's like one of those things where I get kind of told as we're on the way to something, hey, this is where you're sitting on this, that, and the other thing, and we also do the podcast and everything with the Divine Fire Chief. So we were recording that on Wednesday night, and was it Wednesday night? Wednesday night, and he was like, yeah, and you're #1 on Uvalde's chart. And I was like, well, it's not a chart, it's a station, but that's amazing. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's a station chart, yeah. So, yeah, that's cool.
So I was, that was kind of a surprise to me, but we found out that we're 25 on T3R this week.
That's awesome, yeah.
So this is the second top 25 This is pretty exciting. If it goes up to 23, then it'll be my highest charting on that chart.
And you got plenty of time. It's still a fresh song, and still getting stations jumping on board, and it's awesome, man. Yeah. So let's talk about this. This is we always ask this, but 6th or 7th? How many years?
8. Right.
8? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
This is number 8.
I was going to get there. So 8. I mean, it seems like just yesterday, I was just talking to somebody about, you came up, and I guess it was Nick Zamora. Had him on recently last week. And he was like, man, I wish I could be like Chuck and put out a song like every 3 months, like clockwork. And it's true. I mean, we're talking like within 2 years, you're on like single 8. So it's, it's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just methodically.
So it's not as easy as it sounds, and it is one of those things where, I mean, if you don't have the team or the support in place to be able to make it happen, then you're not going to be able to. It's really hard to release as often as we do, especially when we're doing it independently. And somebody had asked at one point, they're like, are they backed by money or what? What's going on? It's like, nah, man, we just
we're backed by our money.
Yeah, we go out, we play the shows, and whatever comes out of the shows, then it goes back into the music. And Jamie goes off in the summer up in the mountains and helps my mom and basically raises money for the albums up there. So,
well, now we've talked about the fact that you jumped into this game. I mean, you're an Army vet. Mm-hmm. You've worked, for a year now. You're not I'm going to call you old, but you're not a young kid starting off this music career. So I think that, when you start off a little later and you're responsible and you got your life together, I think it's maybe you got an advantage in a sense that you know to direct that funds to the best way it's going to be used. Whereas when you're young, it's all going to the bar. Maybe you're single, it's going to the ladies. It's it's just it's different. So I think your buck goes a lot further.
Well, we're also in a spot where we're homeowners, we're not renters, so we're not dealing with whatever the inflation rate is that's kicking people's butt when it comes to renting a place. Like my daughter, she makes almost as much as I do on our day job, right? And it's kind of depressing, but at the same time, I'm proud of her because you always want them to do better. But
I can't wait till my daughter makes more money than me. I'm going to be set up as an old man. I can't wait.
but here's the thing: is she can't afford to get the same place that we have. And Jamie doesn't work. Her job is managing the music, right? So that's one of the benefits.
Work.
There's no question. But she doesn't have an income that's coming in other than what we generate. So, I know I don't know if Nick's a homeowner or not, but I do know where that group of people is coming from, where they're young and they're still out there and they're still trying to build the roots that they're going to be able to fall back on. But it's really hard to do in this current financial climate.
It really, really is. And if you think about those young people that are just kind of, living gig to gig, and, it used to be like, hey, you're young, you're still healthy, you can eat junk food, you can eat Taco Bell, you can have those, 2 for 99-cent Jack in the Box tacos that we used to were raised on. But now that doesn't even exist anymore. Now you got your cheapest, value meal at McDonald's is at least $10. It's like it's a crazy world we live in, man.
Isn't it?
I mean, so obviously, like you said, it hasn't affected you as much as maybe somebody younger or less, or somebody with less of a kind of a base,
somebody without a credit history,
right? But how has it affected you? Just year over year, how has it changed?
So things have gotten a little bit tighter. I mean, we always have to pay attention to the gas situation because gas prices they fluctuate based on who's calling who whatever. And those are kind of our biggest challenges. But again, we've got a good support team. We got Dave Smith who's handling our promotion for radio. Jamie helps out with that, and then of course since Dave went down, Dylan Steen's picked it up and he's been helping out a lot too. So we're in the right spot to have a team that picks up the slack when it's necessary, and in that team is my producer Mac Damon, and we met during COVID, so we've been with him since then, and we've been recording since then, like nonstop. We're always in the studio recording something, so he doesn't feel the need to always have to hike my rates on me. And
that was a dramatic time for everybody too. So so I guess when you meet during a crisis situation, it's kind of easy to probably you're familiar with it. It's like we're. As bad as it is now, it's still not as bad as COVID, I guess, right?
Yeah, so. and of course you get the loyalty discounts and stuff like that. It's like if you're going to keep on bringing money in here all the time, then I'm not going to have to treat you like somebody who's only coming in here once every 6 months and then they want to record.
Very
so
good.
That's one of the benefits, and that's why he's listed as a sponsor as well. So it's the team. The team is what's necessary, and that's what the young guys got to figure out is how to put a team together that's going to be there. Yeah.
Check that out. There's a whole, that's a lot of hogs. My lordy goodness. We'll wait for them to get by. How many is that? There's an entire caravan coming up. Down Highway 83.
Now here comes the three-piece patches.
They're cutting through the Opera House now.
They're not a part of the other group.
My lordy goodness. I hope it's not like a Jets, what's his name? Sharks and Jets situation.
Oh, I know, right? No.
We'd be in the crosshairs there. All right.
There was no patches on this group, and there was some patches on this one. So.
It's settled down a little bit, so we'll get back into it. I tell you what, speaking of support and making things work, I know you've got like a Kickstarter campaign. Let's talk about that in a minute, but let's go ahead and play a song again.
Sure.
We only got limited time here. Let's pick one of these three.
Uh-oh. What do we have?
That's up next.
I can't see.
Got Dive Bar, One More Day, or Whiskey, Texas, and You.
Let's do Dive Bar.
Dive Bar, all right.
That was a fun one.
There we go. We're going to come back right back with Chuck Wimer, talk about the show tonight, and get some information about his Indiegogo.
Yeah, Indiegogo.
Right, so check that out. Dive Bar on UvaldeRadio.net, Friday Night Live.
Here running down another Friday night, taking cover underneath these smoky neon lights. Tracy's back behind the bar, better get your drinks and go, 'cause the dance floor's filling fast and you don't wanna miss the show. A high-class rooftop joint downtown just ain't the place for me. A corner bar with red dirt songs is where I wanna be. And I see familiar faces every time I come around. It's when the boys all come on out, yeah, you know they're about to get loud. Stomping on that kick drum, it gets the hearts in rhythm. Diamonds from that sixth string, wish I was up there with them. Sliding down the bass and steel guitar, out here at our dive bar. Old place starts to sing out loud to old Hank Williams songs. Happens all the time, 'cause that bartender pours them strong. Cheating hard in any key won't do nobody wrong. Jambalaya just came on, yeah, you know it won't take long. Till the ladies come to burn off steam and dance with all their friends. Fireball shots and shiner box till the lights come on again. Boots and heels and laughter sure do make a pretty sound. When they hit that hardwood floor, yeah, you know they're about to get down. Drum, it gets the hearts in rhythm. Diamonds from that sixth string, wish I was up there with them. Sliding down the bass and steel guitar, out here at our dive bar. Seem like much, but it's my favorite place to be. That redneck bathroom art's a sight to see. Stomping on that kick drum, it gets the hearts in rhythm. Diamonds from that sixth string, wish I was up there with them. Sliding down the bass and steel guitar, we keep stomping on that kick drum, it gets the hearts in rhythm. Diamonds from that sixth string, wish I was up there with them. Sliding down the bass and steel guitar, where we all belong is where we are, out here at our dive bar. At our dive bar.
UvaldeRadio.net, Friday Night Live. We are in downtown Uvalde. We're at the party in the plaza, and that's going on tonight, but also Friday Night Live, of course. Every Friday, the rising stars of Texas music, and tonight we got our buddy Chuck Wimer from Lytle here back in Uvalde. The new that was his song, Dive Bar, which is still one of my favorites. Just a good dive bar, drinking bar song. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I was surprised it didn't do as well on streaming, but it did pretty good on radio, so... Yeah.
Maybe people Google dive bar and they got stuck with a Garth Brooks version.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility.
He's just a little bigger than you, a little bit.
I remember we had put out Home Run, and then what was his name? Joe Nichols ended up putting out one. As soon as we hit top 40 on Texas Country Music Chart, he dropped one called Home Run as well. Yeah. And I was like, huh.
I remember that.
And all of mine got hidden everywhere on Spotify, on Apple. Like you'd search and it wouldn't come up.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of like songs about baseball, who is that? There's that baseball player that did release that song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Barry something.
Barry Bonds.
Something Barry Weather or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, he's like a Astros player, right? He released a song to Texas radio, and I just found out like they pulled it because it sounded like it was plagiarized.
Really?
I don't know the story. I'm just wondering if you happen to know. I know you got your ear to the ground too. Anyway, listen to that story. I don't know I don't know the full story. I hope I'm not lying on the air, but
I'll be looking that up.
Yeah,
I got to find out.
Anyway, Luke Berryhill. Does that sound like a name?
It could be a name.
I think that's I don't really follow much baseball, and I certainly don't follow the Astros when I do. So I'm a Ranger.
I don't follow baseball at all. Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought you might know something about that. back to you. Chuck Wimer's here tonight, 7 to 10 p.m., Broadway 830. Come on out for great pizza, great live music. It's always true when Chuck's back in town. So let's talk about this. Raising funds for a new EP, LP. Give us details.
So we're raising funds to complement the album that we just released. That all came out of pocket. Okay. We're trying to basically replenish to be able to keep on staying in studio, but also to do music videos to go along with the songs that we put out. And of course, this EP is it's a standalone EP. We're still putting out music throughout the year. Some of the happier stuff. We have one of those is done, but basically, it's the Indiegogo is just to keep everything moving so that we can, keep getting into studio, keep getting recordings and everything. I mean, you were talking about.
Obviously, we're just talking about.
Yeah,
so the prices of everything's gone up.
Everything's gone up, so it's a little bit more of a struggle, and we want to keep on bringing as much music as we have been because we got songs that have been written for a while, and the challenge is trying to get those out on an album that complements with those songs. You don't want to just throw out a song on an album and it doesn't make any sense, and you're sitting there, you're listening to the album, you're like, oh man, this is my groove, and then what is this? This doesn't make any sense.
And I love the fact that you even think about that, because listening to an album is a thing. It's like being able to digest a group of songs, penned by a specific artist at a certain part of their life that kind of sometimes will have a theme or at least some sort of link, whether it's just the time that they happen to be writing them. I think it's great because you see far too often these days just a single here and a single there, and it doesn't and sometimes they sound vastly different, so it's really kind of hard to get, I guess, a read on where an artist is as an artist, as like a person, as a human, and what they're trying to, if there's a specific message, I guess, that they're trying to convey, what that is. But when you got several songs to digest at once, you really can get kind of a nutshell, of where someone's at, and I think that's fantastic. So, and I like that you're doing the darker thing. So, for those who haven't heard the music yet, because it's not officially out yet,
right? Yeah, it doesn't come out until the 15th.
What when you say darker or whatever it is you're describing, tell us how it varies specifically from what you've been doing now.
So it's still on brand. So we still push faith, family, and freedom. That's the Chuck Wimer brand. And these songs are no different. They still include the faith aspect. They still include the military aspect. They get a little bit more into that PTSD, the challenges and the struggles. The way I like to joke about it is it's the stuff that a guy can sing about, but you really can't talk about because you're looked at like you're a big baby, man up kind of thing.
Right.
But when you sing about it, then it's a different story. And there's a lot of guys that, based off of the people that I talk to, these are the challenges that I hear, and it was like, okay, these songs will make sense, and there might be a need for them right now. There might be a spot. I remember Over Here was one of those songs that people were just like, man, that really hit me. That song. Yeah. That means something, and that was just my experience. I didn't think that anybody else would have that experience. So when we did our listening party last night, that was a little bit of the feedback we got from all the folks that were invited, was that hey, that's relatable. That I relate to that, and I was like, oh well, good. That's just, we're on track then.
I think it's fantastic what you just said about certain things that men can say or can sing but can't say out loud, and I think it just gets back to what we're talking about. It's art, because once you put the artistic slant on it, then it becomes more of a thought-provoking, like a process, as opposed to just taking somebody at face value, whether it's complaining or bitching or being a wimp.
And when it's not a song, that's what it sounds like. It just sounds like you're just like, oh, woe is me, and nobody's trying to say that.
Could you imagine if Jelly Roll just said everything out loud and didn't sing it all?
Yeah.
That'd be one whiny little bee.
Right? Yeah. But, I mean, he can sing about it all day long, and hey, there you go.
It's awesome. And we feel it, right? It's awesome. Again, we got Chuck Wimer here performing tonight, Broadway 830, 7 o'clock. Right now we're doing a Friday Night Live, the radio interview. Be sure and check out the podcast page at uvalderadio.net/interviews. Get caught up on all the past segments we've had with our past interviews. Just got to bookmark that, and be sure to come out tonight. Let's get back to the fundraiser. If somebody wants to get involved, where's the quickest way to find that link and drop some money in the bucket?
Yeah, go search for us on Indiegogo. Just search my name, right? That would be the easiest way. Or go to Facebook. We have a link over there on Facebook for it. But yeah, it's we did a Kickstarter at one point, and we managed to raise all the funds that we were trying to do. I say we. Somebody else ran the Kickstarter. That's how Fire in Your Eyes ended up becoming recorded. But we decided to go with Indiegogo because it's not an all or nothing kind of funding. So if somebody wants to support and they want to help out and they want to be a part of, I mean, really, those are the folks that are a part of the music. They're helping make the music because, there's a financial aspect to everything. And, the folks that get involved, they don't have to worry about, well, I can only do $10. And that's, if it doesn't hit the mark, then it's not going to happen.
I've never understood why they make you hit those marks. Otherwise, it's like all or nothing.
They don't want any scammers out there. They don't want people, hey, we're going to raise, $500 or $5,000 or whatever it is. And then $2,500 comes in. So they scrap the project and then they just keep the $2,500. They don't want that to happen.
Or maybe they want to get their guaranteed cut. I don't know how that works.
That's a possibility, too.
So, again, Chuck Wimer, just going to play another song. We'll come back and talk about what's coming up, what else happened in the future. I know you got some cool shows happening. So let's go and one more day or Whiskey, Texas, and you?
Shoot, man, I'm still bummed out from all of my sad songs from yesterday. So let's go with Whiskey, Texas, and you.
Right on. One of my favorites. Y'all sing along if you know it, and I know you do. Whiskey, Texas, and you. It's Chuck Wimer at Friday Night Live. This is UvaldeRadio.net.
Have a whole lot to my name, and I guess this life I lead leaves me to blame. But for all my faults, I know this much is true. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. Never try to make me what I'm not. You tell me you don't care about what I got. It don't matter if the car I drive is new. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. And I can sit out on the porch and stare up at the sky. Get out on that open road and drive 500 miles. It don't matter where we go. It don't matter what we do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. I'd love to hear my name roll off your lips. Taste that Becca Creek after a sip. You got me hooked on everything you do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. I can sit out on the porch and stare up at the sky. Get out on that open road and drive 500 miles. It don't matter where we go. It don't matter what we do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you.
It's UvaldeRadio.net. It's Robert Miguel. We're live at Party in the Plaza, special edition of Friday Night Live. Chuck Wimer's performing tonight, 7 to 10 p.m. in the Broadway 830 Outdoor Courtyard. Come on out and see him. Get some pizza. Get yourself a $4 pint of beer or some really cool, unique drink specials and enjoy some great live Texas music by a good buddy of ours. We just heard one called Whiskey, Texas, and you. I don't have whiskey on hand, but I've got something close. We got some Hornitos Black Barrel Tequila. So, aged in charred oak. Kind of may as well be kind of a whiskey.
Yeah.
You know? So we're going to do a little toast here. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Okay, so have you had this before?
Nope.
This is my favorite tequila. Okay. I'm really a whiskey guy, but if you don't have whiskey in hand, this is, and you need to do tequila,
yeah,
this is the way to do it. So, all right, so we just did Whiskey, Texas, and you.
Well, now we're going to do tequila.
We're going to do tequila, Texas. Tequila, Texas, y tú. Or sorry, tequila, Tejas, y tú.
There you go.
So, all right, salute.
Salute.
Cheers to you, Chuck. All right. Almost had lime. Oh,
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's good.
That's not
I
bad.
take the whole thing. All right, I'll get back some more of that later. All right. So, very cool, man. All right, got our somewhat kind of like a whiskey shot in. So, Chuck, tell me, what's going on? What's in the future?
Well, in the future, I'm going to have to find something even a little less masculine because you started off with Jell-O shots at that one award show, and now we're doing tequila out of pink cups.
Oh, we didn't mention that. Yes, we got pink cups.
However,
but they're the color changing.
They're turning blue. So
they're the cool color changing. So yeah,
it's a what about gender reveal party right now?
It's a them.
No, so next week, I looked at the schedule, and next week it looks like we're in Castroville for 2 different shows. One's kind of a market day kind of thing, and then the other one is a little spot out there called Blue Lacy. So we played out there once. It was a good time, and it's a little kind of a beer garden patio kind of thing. And then, of course, we're all over the place. We're up and down these roads,
But how about the EP release, right? That's coming up soon.
So that's going to be in Divine on May 17th. Everybody's invited out to that. The actual album release is on the 15th, but on the 17th, we're going to be at Black Creek. It'll be a full band show. Our buddy Brad Jensky, he's going to come out. Cool. My dad will be out there. Johnny Murdoch, who's now doing rock. I told him he needs to get in touch with you, but he was doing Texas country for a little bit, and then his vocals, he lost the ability to sing for a while.
Oh.
So I don't know why he decided to go into something.
So when you can't sing, you go into rock.
Yeah. So now that he's all healed up and everything, I guess he wants to really stress it out. But I've heard his new song that he's releasing. Matter of fact, he's releasing the day before I do. So that's unintended release time, but he's got some good stuff that's about to come out, and looks like he might be coming out as well. So he's coming all the way from the Houston area to come out to that release.
So anything special happening besides just obviously the show at the EP release? Will you have any press copies? Just gonna play the record? Are you gonna have any specific EP branded merch available? Anything like that?
Yeah, so we are gonna have some EP branded merch out there. We'll have some stickers. We already have those on hand. We actually meant to give those out last night at the listening party. Redemption.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
And that song is actually it's the title track. So there's a song on the album. So that's new for me as well. Putting a title track song on there. That we got from our friend Sharice Carver. She was the one that wrote this song, and I don't know if you remember her name. It might be vaguely familiar. Sebi was promoting her for a little bit, and she's out of Arkansas. But she wrote this song. Jamie heard it because Jamie filters all of our outside submissions that people send, and then if she thinks that it's something that might work for us, then I'll take a listen to it at that point. But because I'm still a writer, I don't want to listen to somebody's stuff and be like, oh, that's an awesome line.
It's good to have a firewall.
And then I forget about it, and then 6 weeks down the road, then I start writing a song, and I drop that line in there, and now I just hijack somebody's line. It's like, oh man, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So most of the stuff I don't get to hear, but if it fits,
it's smart, man. Just like Weird Al doesn't take anybody's ideas for parodies.
Yeah,
is what anybody's saying that he's stolen ideas. So.
Exactly. And we had already run into that.
You and Weird Al are two of my favorite guys.
Well, we ran into that early on too. Somebody was upset because he's like, "Hey, you should write a song about this," and I was like, "Okay," and I did. And then he got mad that I wrote a song that he told me to write. So I was like, I was like, I don't know what you're upset about. That
these guys
that I wrote it, that we released it to radio, that I
or like you just didn't kiss his butt enough about it, right?
I mean that I didn't bring you on for the first time we were playing.
You didn't mention his name every time you played. Yeah, it's crazy.
Either way. Lost a friend over that one, but it was one of those things where it's like, look, man,
Hey, let's friend over something like that. They're not worth having, man. So, Chuck, give us all the socials and the websites and all the good ways to find you.
So the best is chuckwimermusic.com. We actually have the website. You can go over there. You can find out all the different socials that we have. You can come out to a show and scan the QR code. But we're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Chuck Wimer Music. And then, of course, we have streaming for anybody who's outside of, internet range. They can download it to their streaming sites, and then they can listen that way. And that's just Chuck Wimer.
Right on. So the big news is the new EP, Redemption, comes out May 17th, or the 15th to streaming. 17th is the album release party.
Yep. And we will be putting on a full band show out there at Black Creek and Divine. Cool. And we're going to have some friends up to play some songs during our downtime.
And meanwhile, we still have Fire in Your Eyes climbing up the Texas charts. So
sitting at 25. Let's see if it goes higher. We were hoping. The goal is hopefully 17 by top 20 by the time we hit that day. But
well, you're at number one with us, and once you guys hit that peak, you guys kind of usually sit there for a while. So I have a feeling we got you in heavy rotation now. So usually we're going to help out with that too. So I'll give you that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I think it's all upwards from here. So excellent, man.
And Jamie had a cool idea. We might actually be doing a raffle that night. So depending on how many people buy raffle tickets will determine how many things we raffle off. But it's going to be like kind of a basket or a grab bag of merch and stuff like that.
We'll donate something if you guys want to. Get some Uvalde Radio swag or something like that.
Yeah, and then, of course, each one of those baskets.
You guys can have Corey.
Yay!
She's a prize. She is a prize.
Each one of those baskets will have a copy of the new EP, and the tickets will be like $10. So it'll be a fair rate trade at the very least. If they win a basket, they get the album's value there, plus some other stuff that we throw in there.
Very cool.
Some of the shirts and stuff, the merch lines that we've retired. So it'll be like the last chance to get those. And it'll be good. It'll be a fun time.
Again, find everything at Chuck Wimer. Just put Chuck Wimer music in, and you're going to find everything. And, all right, Chuck, thanks so much. It's almost showtime. So everybody head over to Broadway, 830 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. He's going to start at 7 o'clock. Again, great pizza, some really cool, $4 pints and drink specials as well. And you got some merch with you tonight? Gonna be selling stuff, all right?
Yeah.
So pick up yourself some Chuck Wimer limited edition merchandise while you can. And we're going to wrap it up here, play one more day. I know it's a slow number, but we're trying to keep it, show everybody all the variety of sounds that you got there.
Absolutely.
So, as Chuck gets ready to set up, we're going to go ahead and close out with one more day. This is Chuck Wimer wrapping up Friday Night Live, and this is UvaldeRadio.net. Thank you again, sir.
Thanks for having me again.
Right.
I miss that older road, driving way too fast. Kicking up that dust on my way back home. Wish those times could last. I miss coming home when the day was done. Mama in the kitchen cooking dinner. Can I bring someone? Sitting on the back porch watching the sun go down. Back before city living in my hometown. And times are changing way too fast. I keep on living, watching my life blow past. Raising a family and then I'm on my knees to pray. Thank God for giving me one more day. Kids, not a worry in the world to trouble my mind with. I got a steady job and I got my help. Still talk to mom and daddy, I'm glad they're doing well. Ain't nothing like looking back to remind me how I've changed. Standing in the here and now, I can see how much I've gained. And times are changing way too fast. I keep on living, watching my life blow past. Raising a family and then I'm on my knees to pray. I thank God for giving me one more day. Go back and fix the mistakes I've made. Though sometimes I wish I could. All I know is that I wouldn't trade a single day and take a chance on missing a life this good. And times are changing, I've let off that gas. Done my living, I've learned from my past. I've raised my family and I taught them how to pray. Thank God for giving them one day.